Cohen with the first part of a two-part series on Sylvester Stallone.
Well, you know that Sylvester Stallone is probably the biggest movie star in the world. But in a sense, he'd almost become a prisoner of Rocky and Rambo.
His image.
His image. He's so closely identified with those roles that people couldn't accept him in any other kind of part. So Stallone recently set out to change his image. Consciously changed the way he looks, he acts, the glasses, whole new look, and it started to pay off. Tango and Cash, the first movie featuring the new Sly, big smash hit at the box office, his first non-Rocky Rambo hit in many, many years. And I think it's going to change the way people view him. It's going to help because it's really a testimonial, I think, to how underrated he is as an actor, that until now, audiences have had a hard time realizing that he is, as you're going to see in this interview, real smart, savvy, and articulate.
Okay.
All right, here's Claudia and Sly.
Stallone is back as Rocky V in the latest installment of the wildly popular series, now shooting on location in Philadelphia. Wherever he goes in this city of brotherly love, Stallone has caused pandemonium, especially among the extras when he showed up during the shooting of a fight scene. We caught up with Sly during a quiet moment between takes on the set. Now I see you've got your new glasses on, you've got your new clothes on. I keep hearing about the new Sylvester Stallone.
Yes, new and improved.
New and improved. Now, who is this guy and what was wrong with the old Sylvester?
Well, no, what it was is I think the characters really took hold a lot more and solidified people's images of me, per se. So, for example, when you see Rocky, you tend not to think of it as an acting piece, but more of a boxing piece, because of the physicality of it. So right away, a man who is that physical really doesn't have another side, so right away you automatically assume that they are the character. And I think I guess that's, movies in a way can be like a giant commercial for your personality or your persona. It really does form who you are. Basically, I've always been quite different than the characters I played on film, even though my personal life doesn't seem to read that way. It reads more like Rambo than anything else. But the fact is that I have been wearing glasses at about 12 years old. I just never had the nerve, except for one film called Nighthawks, to wear them before.
You created such vivid characters that I think this led to a public perception that you were very much like them, that you were, in fact, in reality, dumb. Does that bother you?
Why would you say that? Scratchy ear. Well, I think what happened is I started to play characters that really relied more on physical instincts and body language rather than verbal communication. So I guess that's my fault. Originally, I started out, Rocky, even though he's not very bright, he's very verbal and has a great deal of common sense. And he has an innate street wisdom as opposed to a scholarly aptitude. Then I followed it with Fist, again, with a very verbal character. And then, I don't know, there was this descent into a maelstrom of monosyllabic roles that I guess it's my fault. Even though I'm proud of the characters, but they don't come off as Einstein types. But that was the way, you don't exactly see Rambo killing people with a slide ruler. It's just not his character. So, anyway, that was a part of my past. And as we move on with Tango and Cash, I just tried to get closer to what I am. And I'd say of all the roles I've played, that really does smack of my kind of irreverent look of life,
doing here? You almost got yourself killed, pal.
Really? I'd say it's the other way around.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. I pulled this trigger and your throat's hanging off that wall behind you.
Really? You pull that trigger, I'm going to blow you in half. You got the visual?
You are deluded, pal. You never had a chance to hit me with that gun.
No, that was this one. This one.
If you're trying to change your image, why do Rocky V?
I can't end Rocky the way Originally, and I keep saying this, and it all smacks of avarice, but it's not true, It has nothing to do with the money aspect. I thought the Rocky character was of his purest form in 1 and 2 when he really was the Chaplin-esque character with the hat and gloves and basically from these streets. Then as we moved on to other things such as 3 and 4, it became very slick. And now I thought, well, to end the Cinderella story, which is really what it has been, I'd like to take him to full circle and show, and I guess a lot of this is very biographical, can you really go back to your roots after having seen the world, having been to Paris, can you go back to the farm? And this is the major aspect of the story is a reacclimation to his original turf. And I think that it's a lot more generic and real as opposed to the phantasmagoria of the other films.
You said bring him full circle. Does that mean there will not be a Rocky 6?
Oh, absolutely not. It says Rocky on crutches. No, thank you. No.
In your original version of the script for Rocky 5, you had the Rocky character killed off.
It's true.
Why?
I can't take it. I'm weak. I can't take it. I have sequelitis. The only way to get out of it. Come back and... no, I thought that would be a noble end, very Hemingway-esque, is that Rocky does die, but what lives on is Adrian. I had Adrian come out and make a speech saying that, yes, my husband passed away, whatever, but he was a little man who proved that he could do great things, and as long as he is alive, I mean, as long as his spirit is alive and proof that other people can live in these dreams, he'll never die. He lives on, and all of us, for anyone who is willing to take the shot, is willing to go one step beyond their little small dreams in life to take a grasp at the brass ring. So it was really more of a philosophical note. But I thought, after they pelted me with tomatoes and I would set my house would set afire, I said, maybe we ought to just forget it.
All right, Claudia gets deep into Sly's juicy personal life on Monday, right?
And he really opened up, huh?
He really got talked about this week and everywhere.